Grace, with this program's history with the Hockey Humanitarian Award, what does it mean for you to be a nominee?
I mean, it means everything just to see the names that have, you know, had the honor of getting nominated and being finalists and winning. So like Gabby and Clara, like it's super cool to be following in their footsteps. Yeah, they're two really inspirational people that I really look up to. So, yeah, it means a lot.
The Seven Stars Ranch, is that
Yeah.
correct? How did the program get associated with that? I was surprised originally learning it had nothing to do with Ashton Down.
Oh, because that was going to be my answer. Because I thought that it had been set up by Ashton a couple of years ago, but
Right, that's just the assumption.
yeah.
Horses,
Yeah, I just came in my freshman year, and at the time Clara was like the team volunteer coordinator, so she kind of had gotten us set up with them, and it's just something that I always really enjoyed doing, so it was cool.
What is it about that organization, the ranch, that you enjoy, that stood out to you, that you connected with?
Well, I mean, Joel and John are just two, or sorry, Joe Lynn and John are just two like amazing people, and I think it's not just about working with horses and cleaning. It's more of like character building and team building. They do a lot of work with veterans and youth, and yeah, it's just every time we go there, we're not just cleaning up. John and Joe Lynn, they always have stuff for us to do, like leadership training, just that kind of stuff. It's deeper than the animals, and yeah, it's something that's a really cool experience, a really fun opportunity.
It sounds like you don't shy away from the cleaning up and the hard stuff.
No, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
You didn't grow up on a farm, right?
No, I
You're a Twin Cities suburb girl.
yeah, no, I did not grow up on a farm, but we like our family friends and our family like have this cabin. And so we've always been going there in the summer, and growing up with the three other families there, you kind of have learned hard work. Like we've been fishing and chopping firewood and just doing all that stuff. So I've learned a lot through that and carried it into my everyday life now.
Have any of you gotten on the horses? Any of you, I think so.
Yeah.
I think she had told us because growing up in El Paso, she's got some experience.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
They let us all get on the horses if you wanted to, the last time that we were there. But a couple of times ago, I said to John, I said, how cool would it be if I rode out on a horse right now? Because everybody was working. Like, everybody was working. And he was like, okay, don't tell anybody. So I got on the horse and just, like, walked out. It was pretty cool.
Take us through some of the other stuff you're active. It sounds like you've kind of taken up some of the reins. This program's been active on the DEI committee for a long time.
For sure.
It sounds like you've taken up some of the reins there from Clara and them.
Yeah, again, kind of like Clara got me into a lot of the community involvement that I have today. So I really am grateful for her and just kind of showing me, that it's possible and how I want it to be. So yeah, I'm a co-president of the DEI Council for the student athletes here at UMD, and we do a lot of initiatives just trying to bring people in the community together, whether it's a movie night associated with different heritages, just so you can learn. We also did the clothing drive. We're in the works of doing kind of a partnership with the Multicultural Center right now, and just kind of getting everybody together to do, a little bit of culture and conversation, just a safe place to ask questions. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun being a part of that.
How do you find the time to do all this stuff? Student athletes don't exactly have a lot of free time on their schedules. Hockey and classes, and you're double majoring.
Yeah.
Two demanding majors. How do you find time for all this stuff?
Good question. I find myself to be double booked sometimes, but I just find the enjoyment in it, and I, make sure that I set aside time for each thing. I have a planner that really helps me. I like to just kind of have my to-do lists and everything written out there, and I obviously have a lot of support from my roommates and my teammates, so they kind of, if I need some help delegating tasks and whatnot, they're right there to help me out.
You're an old school
Both.
Both?
Yeah, I'm on paper and like on my phone. So I've got a paper one to map out like a couple weeks, and then my phone is kind of like the today, what I need to do.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
yeah.
I may miss this, Grace, but when you came here, first of all, did you do a lot of volunteering in high school, or?
Yeah, we did a little bit of volunteering with my high school team. I volunteered at Unified, which is it's like a Special Olympics thing. So in the mornings, I would just go and do that. And I've always, like I've really found a lot of enjoyment working with Special Olympics and special hockey. I just think that it's a really great way to give back, and I always have a lot of fun doing that. But not really too much in high school besides that.
You were going through the recruiting process.
Yeah.
And was that something that they talked about when you got here? Were you kind of like, okay, what the heck, they do a lot of community service, or did you kind of grow into it, as a freshman, sophomore? Like, did you?
Yeah, I don't necessarily remember if they talked so much about like community service, but I remember the how much the community was empathized. No, emphasize. Whatever that word is. How important the community was. So that obviously drew me to Duluth because community means a whole lot to me. So, but at first I was kind of like. I don't know. I wasn't used to it, but got used to it pretty quick and like found a lot of enjoyment in it.
Do you feel like it's changed? Something in you has changed? Like obviously you grow up and you learn a lot of things in college, but do you feel like this whole community service, the endeavors you're involved in, like, how is that changing you?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think yeah, it's definitely changed me a lot. I feel like I've always been the type of person to put other people first, and I think that that's just continued to grow. And just just seeing how much community means, like seeing the little kids that come to our games, like whether you're volunteer coaching at their practices, like how much that means to them, and like when you can make other people feel good, I found that makes you feel good. So I think that it's always been inside of me of giving to other people, but I've really been able to live that out here, and it's just been amazing.
What would it mean to you to kind of win this award? I know it's been done with Gabby Hughes, and to put your name in there, what would it kind of mean to you?
It would mean everything, but also at the same time, like I don't really do what I do to look for recognition or look for awards and that kind of thing. I'm just like, I do it because I care about our community and I care about people. I'd say I'm like a really big people first person. So win or lose, like I think either way it's a huge honor. But it's not the, type of recognition that I'm seeking or anything. I'm just, happy to be here and to do what I love every day with my friends. So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you,
Okay.
Grace.
Thank you.
Shu, I want to start off with Grace.
Yeah.
Nominated for the Hockey Humanitarian Award. This program has obviously a strong history with the award, thanks to Gabby, and there's been a lot of players now.
And Clara, yeah.
And Clara up for it as well. What's it mean for Grace to be
Yeah.
for it this year? And tell us about her impact on the
Yeah.
team.
One, just so excited for her, and it's such an honor for our program and for her to get nominated. We call Grace the connector on our team. There's a reason why she is a leader on our team. She has an A on her jersey. Everyone speaks so highly of Grace. She epitomizes what it means to be selfless. She's always putting her teammates first. She's our volunteer coordinator for our team and arranges so many volunteer efforts for our team. Last year I know our team won the Impact Award for our volunteer service, and Grace is a big reason why we were able to do that. And so she's kind of continued the amazing history of excellence on in terms of community service work for us, alongside, people like Gabby Hughes and Clara Van Weeren, who forefronted that for us in the past. So just so excited for her. She's such a, like I said, warm, wonderful person. We're so happy she's a Bulldog.
For you, proud to see this program continually in that conversation every
Yeah,
year.
absolutely.
Humanitarian Award.
Yeah, we talk about, the 3 C's and excellence, competition, classroom, and community service, and we take pride in all 3 areas, and Grace is, again, she epitomizes all 3. I mean, she is an A student. She's a double major in psych and Chinese, and my goodness, so she excels in the classroom. And like I said, she just does so much for our program. She's headed up so many different initiatives. The list is long. And then, she's a clutch player for us on the ice. I think she's played in almost every single game since she's come as a freshman. She might have, missed one. But, she's a player that knows how to put the puck away for us in clutch situations. So, she just... she's a rock star in our books, and again, we're just so excited for her, and wow, it's such a huge honor to get nominated.
Shu, this has been a challenging stretch for your team to start 2026 here. What do you guys need to do to get back on track?
Yeah.
Kind of back to where you guys were in the first half.
Yeah, I think just simplify things. We're a team that definitely prides ourselves on our structure, and we're just going to try to simplify things so that we're not thinking as much and trying to base more play our game based more off of principle play. So little things like that I think is going to go a long way, and we've had a great week of practice. So I really, really have been impressed with how our team has approached this week in terms of being a pro, their habits on the ice, and just executing the small things that we've been talking about. So there's been a lot of great energy. We feel really good. And so I'm excited about going into this weekend.
Has it taken, coming back from Ireland, I'm just curious, did it take a little bit for players to get back into a normal rhythm or anything like that? Is that...
Yeah, I think one thing we're still young. We have a lot of young players, and we're throwing, even with our transfer student athletes, we're throwing people into the fire in different situations, and so we're a team that's constantly learning, but we're priding ourselves in that learning curve. So I like where we're at right now. Again, not the outcomes that we wanted to, but if we look back at all of our games, we're still playing really good hockey, where we're out-chanting opponents. And so I think as long as you have those things happening, you're heading in the right direction. And now for us, like I said, it's just about simplifying things and staying true to our standards of play.
This is the last weekend. You have the Swedes, the 2 Swedes.
Yeah.
So they head to the Olympics, right?
Yep. So excited for them. They'll be heading out on Sunday after our game, so we'll have them for the weekend. And both are playing spectacular hockey, and just really excited for them and what's ahead.
as you kind of elaborated on it a little bit, but like, what's your message to your team? I know you're not the type to be like the sky is falling kind of thing, but you know, what have you been telling your players? Just
Yeah.
you know.
Just that, like, I mean, there's a lot of good and in what we're doing, you know, and we like I said, if you're not getting those chances, then I think that's something that you worry about. But like the chances are there, and when you watch the video, the chances are there. And so I think for us, again, just by simplifying it, clears our head a little bit, so there's not so much chaos up there, and allow them to play a little bit more free. So you know. I probably have put too much on them in terms of tactics and structure, and now's a time for me to just sit back and allow them to be able to play the game that I know that they can play. So, awesome. Thank you.